it's an absolute belter today. It's bloody hot. Don't usually get heat like this in the UK. We're not used to it. And then we just moan about it. Oh man. Welcome to another video. As the title says, we'll be doing the engine mount or gearbox mount on the passenger side, or driver's side if it's American. Pretty much same thing. I know there's plenty of videos out there doing this, but yeah, I'm a little bit more thorough than most people. There'll be things getting cleaned and stuff along the way. Yeah, hot. Yeah, I was helping. Me and Dad were relaying the drive about 3 weeks ago when we had our last heat wave. My neck went beetroot. That's why I've got this on, because I don't usually get the sun. I've never, been burnt before, hot, red, whatever, suntan. And now I just seem to, yeah. But anyway, right, so let's get back onto what we're talking about. So yeah, I'll be doing the engine mount. This process will be the first stages as well if you were doing the clutch. So you take all the airbox and battery compartment out. That'll be your first stages for doing your clutch, and then so there's nothing wrong with my engine mount. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just getting a bit of rust on it, and I don't, those sort of things bug me. So I'm just gonna go in and change it. Now I do have a brand new engine mount from Ford, a genuine one, but I don't think I'm going to be installing that one today. Again, like I say, there's nothing wrong with the mount itself that's on the car. It's just I just want to tidy it up. But usually what I do is if I can, I'll buy a second-hand part in good condition, good working order, and I'll spend the time cleaning that part up, respraying it, getting it back to bare metal or whatever, so it's not off the car, so it's kind of like one off, one on. So basically that's what I've done. I won't be showing the cleaning of the component because I've just sort of done it here and there, but basically I've just stripped all the metal back to bare. Well, I'll show you over here. This is what I've got. So this is your gearbox mount. So as you can imagine, these were a bit rusty when they came. These are second hand, but they're in great condition though. Still plenty of life left in that mount. No tears in the rubber or anything. But the thing that appealed to me when I bought the mount, it came with the bracket as well that attaches to the gearbox. So these are quite expensive on Ford if you bought a brand new one. So I've kind of got this for free with the mount, and I've just cleaned it up, resprayed it, and that'll look nice. Same with the mount, all this black. Took it back to bare metal. Bit faffy getting in there, but managed to get it. And I've just basically resprayed it. I even managed to save the sticker on top. Little details, And then now it's all protected, coated, rusted. These bolts are obviously these bolts that go on the mount there. Again, wire wheeled, protected. These are actually the steering rack bolts. So what I'm going to do with these is, while I'm in there, I should be able to get access to the steering rack bolts. Well, one side at least, anyway. And if they're looking a bit crusty, I'm going to change them for these new ones. Yeah. Ooh, it is hot. Yeah, so like I say, there's a good few videos on people doing this engine mount, but it's generally straightforward. You'll need a jack, or probably 2 jacks. So unless you've got the car on an axle stand, you can use your existing jack, because you need to support the engine at one side with the gearbox. Obviously you don't want to take the mount off and it just drops down. That'll just, you know, make a right mess. You can do a couple of jobs while you're in there. So while the battery compartment and the ECU's out the way, you can basically just, which I did a while ago, I changed the coolant temp, which is on the side of the engine. Really simple. It's just literally a clip. Pull the clip out, pull the sensor out. The sensor's not screwed in, by the way. It's just literally held in with an O-ring, so you just push it in. If you do it quickly, you can actually do it without losing very little coolant. Obviously, still do the bleeding process though. You have a bleeder on the front of your radiator, so bleed the radiator a little bit, you know, while the engine's on, and open your, you know, that, yeah. There's also a pipe in the. I also changed the coolant. There's a coolant return line that goes to the header tank. And people complain about this part breaking all the time. It's not. It doesn't. The part's fine. It's generally because people are heavy-handed. You know, mechanics will just go in there and just literally just start ragging on them or whatever. I changed mine just because these hoses can get blocked. Again, neglect. People not servicing the car. People not doing coolant changes or anything. So that line can get blocked, but I just changed it anyway. My old one was perfectly fine, perfectly great condition, no blockages or anything. The only thing I noticed was there's a metal pipe, like a feed pipe that comes out of the engine, where the coolant line goes on at the back. Now, I really recommend you change this because, especially with the age of the cars now, these STs are getting on for like 10, 12-year-old. Especially if you've got a 13 plate, you're talking like what, 13-year-old now. So the return pipe, the pipe that comes out of the engine, it's only like a £7 part from Ford. They start to corrode at the end, and what you'll find is if you look in your header tank, you might see a little bit of debris. So you'll probably get little black spots sitting in your header tank, and that's because that pipe is corroding and basically it's breaking off and flaking, and it's going, you know, it's recirculating around your engine. Now there will be other points in your engine that'll probably have a bit of corrosion, like your water pump and things, but this is more exposed in the way that it'll be more like rust. It won't be like alley rot. But anyway, get that changed. Oh yeah, just one thing I wanted to add as well. So I rang Ford because there's 4 bolts that hold the bracket to the gearbox, and they kind of look a bit like these, but without the washers. Right, £16 each. I'm like, you're having a laugh, aren't you? £16 each for those bolts. I think I'll just clean my old ones up on the car. So right, okay. So this is the part I was saying about doing the, where are we? Your coolant temp sensor, which is just there. It's just a metal clip. Pull it out, get a new one in. And then this is that line I was saying. Can't really see. I'm gonna take it off its stand. There. This coolant line. You need to take this bracket off, which I'll show you. Which is basically this. Oh, bloody hell. tell you. Focus. Oh, right, so when you get to this point, God, it's hot. When you get to this point, right, all those bolts I was showing you there, they're all your grounds, right? Oh, little fly. As you saw, one of those grounds was quite corroded. Now that can cause electrical issues. I think it's quite a common thing on these. So if you go around your grounds, just check them, and then just clean them up, because again, it's a while you're in there job, and you'd be amazed actually, just letting things like that pass and it's going, oh yeah, you know, you'll probably bite you in the arse later. So just check them, clean them. That one there from the loom does look quite corroded. I'm going to clean that. Take the bolt off, clean it, and then don't use grease though. Don't put your ground. Don't grease your grounds, because then you'll cause problems. Maybe dielectric grease, maybe, but don't just get grease out and start grease, because you can cause problems. Right, so the car's jacked up now. That jack, that big jack that I use, is quite an arsehole, that jack, if I'm honest, because the head of the jack's so big, it's hard to get the it's hard to sort of like just come off the jacking point, because you don't have to jack the car directly on don't jack it in the middle, obviously, of the rail, but with a smaller jack you can kind of off center the jack it up, and then put the axle stand roughly where the mount is. But yeah, like I say, just because the problem is when because the car's at an angle, when you remove the engine mount, that engine's going to want to swing back, with gravity. So you've got to sort of secure it as best you can. So try to sort of like support the engine, but like trying to because the engine's going to want to go back into the engine bay. The engine's going to want to naturally get pulled towards the firewall. Now you have got your lower end, you have got your lower gearbox mount, which should help, but again, just something to be aware of. And all I've done as well is I've just got a pen and I've marked around the engine mount, so roughly it'll go back where it goes, and then you should be alright, really. But be careful, take your time, no rushing. You don't want to get any problems. Right, back to Percy. Crusty. Oh. Yeah, a bit of crusty. I'm just going to spray it. Only the cap though, only the top. All that needs to be bare metal, or else it won't conduct when it won't act as a ground. Basically, bit of zinc primer. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to put my goggles on as well. Okay, now I'll get a no beetroot neck. Look like Californian raisins, don't you? Alright, need to clean the terminal on the car. car. So selection of I think, remember, you've got to be careful doing this. You don't want to hit the cables. Silver. Going with it in there. Ratchet's too hot to touch. Let's have a look where the bolts are. Right, we've got that one there. Seen that one and that one. Where's the third one? It said there's 4. Oh god, it's right in there. It's right recessed. Ew. That's going to be a pain in the bum. There we go. Okay, interesting. Right, engine mount off. A bit crusty. Yeah, it's a bit crusty. In fact, see how good the actual mount is. Put it on the stand. Oh yeah. It's not ripped. Oh, it is a bit ripped. Yeah, it's ripped in that corner. Actually, quite good. I'm changing it. It's a bit softer as well. That's definitely, that's load softer. Load softer than the old one. Oh yeah. Come on. They're all the same size. Right, let's get this on. Can't believe they're 16 quid each. On soft surface. What am I doing? That's the problem.
Can't see for looking.
Apologies. Bit excessive like.